Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. So I thought we'd do something a little bit different tonight. I probably say that every time, but let's work on working with angels, but we're going to work on our ability to tone with angels. And, the idea being that we want to shift over to the intuitive part of the mind. The intuitive part of the mind is going to be tied to our ability to get the attention of that particular energy with consciousness to bring it into our body or into a situation. A lot of times when we approach things with angels, we do it more from an intellectual point of view. Like we form an intention or we think about what we like or what we need. We think about the angel in a kind of an intellectual way. And that really diminishes our ability to truly work with an angel. Like it kind of gives our mind something to do and it gives our mind something to think about. But is that angelic essence, that angelic energy truly coming in? So the idea of using toning is to tone. You don't do that from an intellectual point of view. It makes you go into the intuitive mind. And then on top of that, as you like really tone or lengthen the sound, for one, you're tapping into an energy, right? You're using your intuitive mind to tap into a particular kind of energy with each syllable of the angelic name, but also the act of toning itself also increases and improves what you would call vagal tone. And vagal tone is tied to our nervous system, our rest and repair functions of our nervous system, which are tied to the intuitive mind. So just the act of breaking it up into syllables, beginning to tone the name, it doesn't have to be exactly how it's written. It's more about the sound or the tone. You're kind of writing a sound to generate or tap into a kind of energy. The more that we do that, the more it turns on the intuitive mind. The more that we're, doing the sound and really lengthening it, the sound might change, but part of what's happening is it's very stimulating to the intuitive mind. So we're going to play with this idea, and then we're going to kind of keep doing some different things to make it stronger and stronger, right? This is a way to do deep healing on yourself. It's a way to rapidly accelerate your spiritual growth. It's a way to bring healing into situations that are outside of ourselves. But it's also a way to clean up both the heart and the mind. And the thing that I would say about that, it's not that we're we're dirty or we've done something wrong. It's more the byproduct of conditioning and the effects of like trauma, hurt feelings, other people's emotions projected at us, somebody being angry at us or projecting, what we would call like psychic attacks or psychic thought forms, which are a kind of energy as well. In mystical practices, this is referred to as that which dirties the soul. And what happens is for us to spiritually grow and evolve, for us to heal, not only does the heart have to activate, but the heart energy also has to mix with the brain. And when there's all these projections from other people or our traumas or negative feelings, part of those feelings also mix with the brain, like the heart and the brain. So the more that we go through and purify the heart and eventually the brain, the more we facilitate that connection between the higher soul and the incarnated soul, but it deepens our ability to heal physically, psychologically, and even spiritually. Like, when it comes to like karmic issues or karmic patterns, The more that we can get this down, the better. And it's hard for us to do it on our own. It's hard for us just to go, okay, let's activate the heart, let's activate the crown and mix these things. We need some divine intervention. We need some divine influence when it comes to this. And so, being devotional to Christ or being devotional to the Buddha or to Rama, all of this is very helpful. But working the angels and the angelic energies is a way to rapidly purify the heart and the brain to accelerate our spiritual growth, to heal ourselves psychologically, and to also bring the body into a state of healing. So tonight we're going to start with working Michael, right? So you can say Michael, but probably a more appropriate way to say it is Mikael, right? Then to break it up into syllables. So there would be me, Kai, and L, right? So we're going to do it in phases so you can kind of see how it feels. So first, close your eyes and just notice how you feel. Notice your body, notice your emotions, your thoughts. Now, simply say the word Michael. You're forming the intention. We're just going to see how this feels, right? So we're doing an experiment. So in your mind, just quietly say Michael. You can say it over and over a few times. And then just sit with it. Now, verbalize. You can just do it as a whisper, but verbalize Michael. Just say the name Michael. Okay, now just be still. So you've experienced the effects of saying the word Michael. Now say and verbalize Mikael. Say Mikael. And then just be still. Was there a difference? See if you can tell the difference. Now we're going to do it, but with a gap. And so, with the gap, it increases the spiritual energy or potency that comes in. So, we're going to say me, then Kai, then L, but with a gap. So, first say me, then Kai, then L. Again, me, Kai, L. Can you feel something happening? A lot of times for myself, when I start to put the gap in, I can feel like a wave of relaxation, or my body starts to settle down. Like I start to go into a different mode. You know, we go through life dealing with people, situations, projections from other people, traumas, and our body kind of armors up a little bit to not allow things to come in. And, you know, it might be helpful, but at the same time, when we're trying to spiritually connect, it also becomes an obstacle that we have to overcome. So, just even beginning to say the angel names with a gap helps to reduce that armoring that happens from life, right? So, we're going to do it again, but now we're going to start to lengthen out each of the syllables, right? So, watch me for a second, and then we're all going to do it together. So if I'm doing Michael, I'm going to go me, Kai, L. Me, Kai, L. So let's do it together. Okay? Try to tone with me. Me, Kai, L. Can you feel something happening? Can you feel something happening? Yeah. Now, to deepen that vagal tone effect, which is it's improving vagal tone and it's also starting to affect our brain waves, right? And the more that we kind of shift into different aspects of brainwave activity, the more conductive our body becomes to the angelic energies, right? So we're going to lengthen out the words, the syllables. So again, just watch me for a second. Me. So you're going to do this with me now, and we're going to lengthen out each of the syllables and tone them for longer periods of time. Okay? So all together. Me. Just be still for a moment. Good. Now, at this point, be aware of your body. Where do you feel it in your body? Where do you feel anything in your body? Something that jumps out at you. A tension, an agitation, an ache or a pain. Whatever you feel in your body, you're observing. You're still observing. Now, as you continue to observe that area of your body, let's also tone the name for Michael. So keep your awareness on that part of your body. You're observing that part of your body. And then all together, you're just being still. You're feeling it in your body. Where do you feel something in your body? And you're just observing. Let's do it one more time. And this time you can even play with the tone or the sound itself. Okay, ready? Me. Just let go. Okay, we're going to slip over to the mystic vibration session, and we're going to take this a little bit deeper. So hopefully you can join us. Take care.